Good morning, Mom Petite, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the birthday decorations are still up. I had a few days off from filming and your girl is officially 27 years old, and I like the sound of 27. I feel like 27 is a good age. It's a good year. I'm really excited to see what this year has in store for me, what 27 has on the cards, and what a birthday weekend I had. I do say a birthday weekend because we literally had like 3 straight days of celebrating. I feel so spoiled. I feel so lucky, so blessed to have had such an incredible weekend. And I said it before, I don't know if I just get the world's best karma on my birthday or I manifest it, because I just never have any doubt that it's going to be good weather on my birthday. Every single year I get sunshine, I get lovely temperatures. It was about 25 degrees, the sun was shining, the skies were blue, and for the rest of this week, rain. Pure rain. I don't know how I got so lucky over the entirety of the weekend. Actually, it was beautiful weather on Sunday. We had the family round to do cake. Alex did light 27 candles on the cake, set the fire alarm off. It was a whole debacle, but it was so much fun. He also blew up 27 balloons. I was absolutely howling because he was losing breath by the end of it, but the birthday decorations are still up and we had such a good weekend. I obviously did not vlog over the weekend. As you can see, there is no footage other than a couple of little clips at the beginning of the decorations that he put up, because I just wanted to take the weekend off from filming and just soak it in, enjoy the moments. It's always such a difficult decision. Like, I feel like it's such a, I don't know, like a mind juggle of whether you want to film so that you can like remember the moments, or whether you just want to like live in the moment and then remember it in your memory forever. I did do a little Instagram roundup though, so I'll post that down below if you want to see what we got up to. We had some lovely dinners out, wore my new little Zara mini dress, which was very fun. I went to Limewood, we went out for dinner with friends, goodness me, we did so much at the weekend. I feel so lucky, so blessed, and yeah, a very lucky birthday girl. I'm actually using one of my new birthday presents this morning, which I have to say is one of the best birthday presents. Is this showing my age? Have I officially reached like late 20s? And I'm really excited about a teapot. However, this is just no ordinary teapot. If you're like me and you really like loose leaf tea, this is from, I think, Pro Cook. I'll leave it linked down below. And basically it's actually got like the tea bag holder right at the top. I'm gonna try not to burn my hand, but I don't know if you can see the tea leaves are in there. So you just put the tea leaves in the top there. So it's not like faffy, it's not difficult at all to do. Pop it in the top, pop the boiling water in, and you have lovely, fresh, loose leaf tea that you can have in the morning. And I quite like to have a couple of cups of tea. I feel like we've talked about this before, but I'm really trying to like pull myself away from coffee. At least pull myself away from like the reliance of coffee. I feel like I want coffee to be more of just like a fun, going out for a lovely coffee, or in the summer having a nice iced coffee, as more of like a relaxing enjoyment thing rather than like a reliant, I need my caffeine. So I've switched to decaf coffee, and I do have I do have normal tea, non-decaf tea, and that's kind of the only caffeine that I have. But I do love in the morning when I'm sitting in the kitchen, getting ready for the day, I'm journaling, I'm to-doing, I'm organizing, I'm doing my admin, I like to have a couple of cups of tea. And I just love the fact that this is like a little pot that I can just keep refilling with hot water. And I've got my lovely loose leaf tea in there. I filled this with Darjeeling, which is my absolute favorite. We did actually have a green tea over the weekend as well, and I have to say Darjeeling First Flush, my absolute favorite. If ever you're going to a cream tea, could not recommend Darjeeling First Flush any more highly. So I've got my cup of tea and I'm ready for the week. I'm so excited about this week. I will of course show you my birthday presents, some of the things that I very kindly received, but I don't think I'm just going to do like a sit down video, partially because I've already potted them about the house. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things about doing almost like a little bit of a birthday haul is actually like putting them in situ, putting them away. I used to be that kid, I remember at Christmas, where me, my brother and my sister would get like boxes to put all of our presents in, and both my siblings, the presents would live in that box for like weeks until my parents had had enough and said, right, if you don't put your presents away, we're taking them back, you're not getting them anymore. Me on the other hand, I'd be there on Christmas morning, like organizing my doll's house, organizing my Barbies, because I just love putting them in situ, knowing how and where and when I'm going to utilize them. It's one of my favorite things. So of course in this video I will show you some of my birthday presents, some of the things I very kindly received. Alex absolutely spoiled me. He was so sweet. One of the gifts actually I won't be able to show you because it is for the garden. And if we've got a week of rain, I don't think it's going to get built this week, but hopefully in a vlog soon you'll see it, because I think he nailed it. And I did physically squeal when I opened it. I was so excited. But yeah, it feels really lovely to be back vlogging after a few days off as a 27-year-old YouTuber. Honestly, sometimes I think you guys think I'm older than I am, because let's be honest, I'm not like most 27-year-olds. I'm never that person that freaks out about my age as well. I think because of the fact that my fiance is older, like having a 3-year age gap, lovely. Could not recommend more. He's turning 30 this year and he's slightly freaking out about it. And it makes me laugh so much, because everyone tells me your 30s are the best years of your life. So I keep telling him, I don't know what you're freaking out about. I feel like you're going into your best era, like you're going into your best version of yourself. We've got the wedding coming up, we've got the house. Like, why are you freaking out? 30 is going to be a great year. So I think it's because he always does the freaking out for the both of us. And then by the time I've caught him up, obviously he's even further ahead. So in my head, I was turning 30 this year. And when I realized it was only 27, I was like, oh, how lovely. I'm still only 27 years old. So yes, it's been a lovely birthday weekend. It's lovely to be back vlogging and spending a bit of time with you guys. I will show you actually though a couple of birthday presents that are already in situ, because I always just feel like it shows you how well people know you. For my best friend Emily, look at this little tea towel. How gorgeous is this little vegetable tea towel? Again, audibly squealed when I saw this, because it is just so cute. We honestly have the sweetest little veggies. We have courgette or maybe cucumber, not entirely sure the difference in terms of like photos. I do love courgette though. We've got broccoli, a little like squash or marrow type thing. We've got onions, radishes, carrots, lettuce. Honestly, I just thought that was the sweetest thing, and it matches the decor. If I can put it back around our around the range cooker, I feel like it matches our decor so beautifully. And we also have, which is something I have been meaning to get for the kitchen for the longest time, a new little clock. You can see what time it is in the morning now. This is a gorgeous Thomas Kent clock. I love their clocks. They're really beautiful in the most like beautiful olivey green color. It's got a little stand which I really like, and we have had no clock in the kitchen for the longest time, which honestly has driven us both nuts, because you know when you're cooking and you don't want to like necessarily set a timer, or you've got guests coming over and you're running around the kitchen, and I constantly have to say, Alexa, time check. Like, please tell me what the time is, because I honestly have no clue. So I absolutely love it. I've just started up with my little Highland Q, the lavender that you would have seen that I Chelsea chopped from the garden. And this is not supposed to be living here, but this is something very exciting. You might think that I'm the saddest person alive, but I decided to propagate my own basil, because my basil plant has been doing so well, and I just want more basil. Every time that Alex cooks spaghetti bolognese, he always uses my basil, and he does like big batch cooks of it, and he literally decimates or desecrates. One of them does not mean what I'm supposed to be saying. He basically completely chops up my basil, and it ends up being this tall, which is absolutely fine, but I just want to have almost like a couple going at the same time. So I decided to propagate my own basil, and guys, it literally has roots. I don't know if you can see that, but it has the teeniest, tiniest little roots. Let me show you how it's looking. So I need to pop it up, look, in its own little pot. I need to get some compost and actually start planting this bad boy, although with the wind and rain outside, it's not really drawing me out into the garden. I think I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm a fair weather gardener. And proud, I will admit that. So as soon as the sun comes back out, I'm gonna get back into the garden to my potting table and pot out my new basil. But I love gifts that are just so thoughtful and just so you. There's nothing I love more. I mean, a vegetable tea towel. It's literally the most me thing in the world. I also wanted to show you a little gift from Alex, one of the presents that he got me, because this I could not have been more excited for. And this is why, ladies, listen up. We watch YouTube videos in front of our partners, because I think I was watching one of Josie's vlogs and she was talking about this book, and Alex just made a comment, like, I think he said to me like, oh, have you got that book? And I was like, no, but that is such an incredible book. I love the thought of that. Martha Stewart's Gardening Handbook. I mean, can you think of anything more me, more perfect? And the boy did good. He ordered it and got it for me for my birthday, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have like a proper read of this. I've had a little flick through on my actual birthday, but obviously it was a very busy day and we had a lot of people coming over, we had a lot of people to see, I had so many texts to respond to, so I feel like I didn't really get a lot of time. But oh my gosh, on a rainy Sunday afternoon, I'm just gonna have a serious flick through. Actually, maybe on like a sunny Sunday, sitting out in the garden reading this sounds like the dream. She just like explaining so much about like flowers and gardening and controlling pests, protecting from wildlife, controlling weeds. That is something I really struggle with. I'm not gonna lie. DIY fertilizers. Honestly, this is a book that I am so excited to like really get my teeth into, and it's such a beautiful coffee table book as well. I mean, don't you just love a coffee table book that does both? It is so aesthetic but also so within your like remit, like so within your passions, that you can actually have a proper flick through, a proper read through. And with these kinds of coffee table books, I feel like they're the kind of thing that, obviously being non-fiction, you can read time and time and time again. So I'm very excited to get my teeth are stuck into this book. And as I've said, ladies, this is why we watch YouTube videos in front of our spouses, because he picked up on it, he got it for me, and I am a very happy bunny. I think it's only fair that as the birthday girl, I get the last slice of birthday cake. And I have to say, considering the size of this cake, oh my gosh, I'm getting a smell of it now and I am salivating. But considering the size of this cake, if you saw the photo, Alex organised my cake from a family friend of ours. She is the most incredible baker. She does this amazing like chocolate cake with a gorgeous like chocolate icing and then cream filling. And he basically said to her, can you just make the biggest cake that you have ever made? And she delivered. She well and truly delivered. And I have to say, when I first saw it, I was like, that is the biggest cake I've ever seen. What have you done? We don't need a cake that big. But actually, by the time everyone's had a slice, who came over on Sunday, and then we tucked into a little bit more on Monday, we're already down to the last slice. So I am enjoying it on my little Ultimate home plate. You can't see actually, the cake's in the way, but there's a little hot air balloon behind there, which is so cute. I mean, you're gonna be able to see it soon. The cake is definitely not going to last long, but we are going to watch a new series that we've been getting into. And I would love to know your guys' opinions if you have been watching this, if you have maybe got to the end, no spoilers, but it's called Sirens. It's on Netflix and it's got quite a star-studded cast. There's Kevin Costner on there. There's a girl from The Bold Type who plays Sloane. I'm really bad with celeb names and like actor names. I always just have to like refer to it as like what I've seen them before. Whenever I say to Alex, you know, or like he'll refer to an actor to me, and I'll look at him confused and he'll go, oh, the guy from that film. I'm like, ah, yes, I do know that. I'm good with names, I'm good with faces, not names. And it's very confusing. Not confusing, but I just don't really know what the vibe, I don't really know where it's heading. It really reminds me of the show that was on Netflix last year, which I can't remember the name of. Can you tell I'm bad with names? But it's the one where they did like a funny little dance. It's got Nicole Kidman in, and they did like a dance during like the opening scene, and it was like a murder mystery on like an island in the Hamptons. It's giving that vibe, but I don't actually know if there will be murders in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the way that it's headed, or if they're just trying to make you think that way. It's kind of thrillery vibes, but not, it's not high intensity. I'm not good with like horrors or thrillers or anything like that. And it's all about this like mega rich wealthy couple and her assistant and her sister, and it's very odd, but in a really entertaining way. We've been very much enjoying it so far, but I just don't quite know where it's headed. I have to say, Jose, he's my favorite character. I want a Jose. I feel like everybody needs a Jose in their life. So yeah, we're gonna watch the next few episodes of that. I'm gonna enjoy my cake, and honestly, I feel so lucky that the birthday celebrations are not over yet. We're going out for dinner tomorrow night with Emily and James, which I'm so excited about, a little midweek birthday celebration, and then we've got some friends coming over the night after that. So still so much more to celebrate, still some cake to finish and birthday celebrations to be had. So we're gonna sit back and enjoy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am so sorry for the complete lack of vlogging today. I literally have not picked up the camera, but it has just been a complete admin day. After taking Monday off for my birthday, I fell behind a little bit on admin and emails and all of that stuff. Anyone who's self-employed, or to be fair, anyone that just works any job, you take a day off and you feel like you are 3 days behind. So I've literally just had a laptop a day today, but I'm getting ready for the evening because we are heading out with friends tonight. I'm so excited to continue the birthday celebrations, continue the festivities with our best friends Emily and James, who honestly I just absolutely adore. They are literally like us in a couple. And you know when you have couple friends where the boys just get on so well and the girls just get on so well, but also the boys and girls get on so well, and you just, conversation just does not stop. So I'm really looking forward to hanging out with those two tonight. We're heading into Lyndhurst, which has always been a bit of a cause for contention with any other locals, any other New Forest gals that watch these videos, but I have to say it's my favorite village in the New Forest. We are heading to my favorite restaurant. If you are in or around the New Forest and you want to head somewhere that is just so authentically Italian, like they literally have like the checkered napkin tablecloths, you know, and the staff are just so friendly and it's just so authentically beautiful, La Pergola in Lyndhurst. We're heading to La Pergola for dinner, but before that we're going to Renouf's Wine Bar for a few drinks and just a little bit of a catch up, and I am so looking forward to it. I've not actually been to Renouf's before, but I've had some really good things. It's like at the top of the high street and then La Pergola's at the bottom, so I think we're just going to walk in between them and enjoy some good wine, enjoy some good company, some good food. I am so excited to see them, and I wanted to show you guys one other new birthday present that Alex got me that I am going to wear tonight. This beautiful new Nice Green London bracelet, and I have never shopped anything from Nice Green London. I've admired their bits for the longest time. I find them very me, the hydrangeas, the sparkles, the diamonds. Oh, they are just so beautiful, and Alex treated me to the most beautiful new tennis bracelet for my birthday, and honestly I could not be more in love with it. It's got these really beautiful like diamantes in this kind of like circular, it's actually very similar in vibes to like my engagement ring. He said I should wear it on that hand. I was debating whether to wear it on this one. I think I might wear it on my right hand because I don't know why I just always wear bracelets on my right hand, and if I'm wearing a watch I wear that on my left. I mean, how stunning is that? The perfect little tennis bracelet. I've been saying for the longest time that I really want like a beautiful evening wear bracelet that I can just wear time and time again, that I have in my report, that goes with absolutely everything, that just always looks beautiful. And I honestly feel like Alex has nailed the brief. This is the smaller size they do. I think this is the 17-inch, and I quite like it. It's a little bit loose, but I feel like that's kind of the vibe when it comes to tennis bracelets. You want a little bit of movement with it. You want it to be a little bit looser, and I just love it. I feel like this is literally all I need for my jewelry. I've got my little Lola Rose earrings in, the gorgeous Nice Cream London tennis bracelet. I think this might be starting a bit of a dangerous collection of Nice Cream London pieces because they are so beautifully made. Like they're really reasonably priced as well, and they're always such a like statement, but in a very understated way, if that makes sense. They're classic, they're timeless, but they are a statement piece that you can ring out time and time again. So quick little spritz of perfume. Who is surprised to hear I'm gonna wear my Molten Brown, Bluebell and Wild Strawberry, and then let me show you the outfit. Do you know what's so funny is that I feel like in the last vlog I showed you an outfit for going out for a pub dinner, going out in the New Forest to a lovely country pub, and tonight I'm showing you an outfit for something a little bit more upmarket, a lovely dinner out in the New Forest, but we still don't go too OTT. This is like my favorite kind of outfit where it's just cute, comfy, a little bit elevated, perfect for dinner out in the New Forest. The one thing we do not do here in the countryside is wear heels. I think that's why I just do not do heels very well anymore. I've got my gorgeous little H&M slingbacks on, and I've had so many compliments on these because they look so Chanel inspired. They look so expensive, but they were high street price. I think they were like £60, and they're the comfiest things ever. I absolutely adore them. I do love a slingback above a ballet flat. I just think they look a little bit more elevated for the evening, but obviously just as comfortable as a ballet flat. I've got the Mango skirt on. I've got a couple of these skirts now, one from Zara and one from Mango, but I just love the way the Mango one kind of like moves, and I think it works so perfectly with my long line waistcoat from Cezanne. This is one of my favorite waistcoats and one of my favorite pieces to reach for time and time again when it comes to evening wear styling. And then bag wise, I've got my little Holland Cooper. I absolutely adore her. She just makes this look a little bit more summery. This is the kind of outfit that I could wear in summer, spring, autumn, winter, but I feel like the accessories that I use are what kind of brings it into the summer season. So outfit of the evening, Emily and I have been texting each other asking what the other's wearing, and we're both saying cute, casual, but a little bit elevated. Those are the vibes for tonight. We're not going too glam, we're not going too OTT, but just a lovely little evening wear outfit. So yeah, I'm so excited to see them, so excited for drinks and dinner tonight. So let's get going. had the loveliest slow morning this morning. It has very much been needed after the most wonderful evening last night with Emily and James. My goodness me, those two are just, they are honestly the best company. They are just the best friends. Emily and I always joke that we literally like share a brain cell. We are the epitome of those friends that don't copy, they match. We ended up literally wearing almost identical outfits. And the funniest thing is I actually, as I said, we were texting back and forth what we were gonna wear, and I was originally going to wear actually this cardigan with that slip skirt, but I changed my mind last minute because it was quite warm yesterday. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do the waistcoat. And she came in a gorgeous little waistcoat suit, and we both just looked at each other like, you know, like Spider-Man meme, like, oh my goodness me. The brain cell was brain celling yesterday, and we actually, we stayed out quite a lot later than we thought we were going to. And actually ended up almost getting stuck in Lyndhurst. This is the thing about living in the New Forest or living out in the countryside. I'm sure it's not completely like just the New Forest that this happens to, but anybody that lives out in the sticks, out in the middle of nowhere, we could not get a cab back. And it wasn't even that late. I think last call, we ended up going to a pub after the gorgeous meal at La Pergola. The pasta there is just absolutely incredible, and Renouf's was amazing. Would definitely recommend. I think we're going to go back and do the charcuterie boards there because they looked incredible. There was a couple of people in tables nearby that were ordering them, and we were like, oh, that does look amazing, like hams and cheeses and olives and breads. Oh my goodness me. And the wine was incredible. They had a really, really good wine list. We ended up just like going for a pub after our dinner and just sitting and having a drink, stayed till last order. So I think it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, which is way past my bedtime, hence why I definitely needed to have a slow morning this morning. I'm saying good morning, but it's almost 11 o'clock now, which is a very slow morning for me, especially on a weekday. But last orders, we were like, right, let's order our Ubers. And we have never had an issue with Ubers in Lyndhurst. I've never had an issue with Uber in the entirety of the New Forest, actually. But we ended up getting cancelled on, I think 4 times by 4 different Uber drivers. And we were getting to a point where we were like, oh my gosh, nobody's coming out here. Nobody wants to take us home. What are we going to do? I was genuinely thinking to myself, am I going to have to like 16-year-old Ellie call my parents at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night and say, I'm so sorry, I've been out drinking with my friends. Please, could you come and save us? We're stuck. Thank goodness we managed to find a taxi company that could get us home. I rang him and said, you know, is there any way that you're available now? Because we had a few others that would just said, look, I'm so sorry, I'm completely booked up. Like, we have no availability this evening. And he literally said to me, he was like, look, I'm dropping off some people now. I can be with you in like 15 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I think he charged us an absolute premium because it was the most expensive taxi any of us have ever taken. But beggars can't be choosers. We were so grateful that he was able to get us home and not only drop Alex and I off, but also drop Emily and James off. So almost did like 2 journeys in one. So we were very, very grateful. After such an incredible evening though, we just had the best time, the best chats, the most incredible food, and I have just this morning been doing a little bit of flower arranging, and I'm so in love. I've just been doing a little bit of maintenance to my birthday peonies, which were very, very kindly gifted to me from my management, which was so sweet of them. I absolutely adore my managers. They're a team of 3 girls and they are just the sweetest things in the world. I absolutely adore them. We voice note almost every single day, and it's really nice being a part of almost like a team. I think I said this at Vlogmas when I went to my work Christmas party, because it was the first work Christmas party I've actually ever been to, having been self-employed since 2019 was when I went full-time. And it was so nice to be a part of a team again. It's so nice to have like other girls, other influencers, and obviously the managers as well to talk to. And they gifted me the most beautiful bouquet of peonies and stocks. And do you know what excites me so much? I'm gonna have to work out which one it is. But this peony here that's opening up really beautifully is actually a peony from my garden. I've added it into the bouquet, and I honestly don't think you can tell. This one and this little guy down here, these are 2 peonies from my garden. I have started a bit of a tradition with Alex, actually. We started it last year and we decided to continue it this year. That instead of getting me a bouquet of flowers, he actually buys me a new plant to plant out in the garden. And because peonies are my favorite, both last year and this year, he bought me a gorgeous peony plant, which have been planted out into the border. You guys will have seen my first peony plant bloomed just before I went to Cologne and stayed blooming whilst I was away, which I was so happy about. And my second peony plant actually had 2 flowers on it. So I did cut them, which was a little bit heartbreaking, but I am aware that peonies are cut and come again kind of flowers, and I'm so in love with the fact that I could just add them to this arrangement and they could bulk it up, fill it out, and I could have an arrangement of beautiful birthday flowers plus blooms from my own garden. Honestly, nothing makes me happier. I absolutely adore the stocks as well. I always get confused with these. So these are delphiniums, and if you're a gardener, you'd call them delphiniums, but if you're a florist, you call them stocks. So if ever you're confused with what a delphinium is versus what a stock is, it's the same thing, but they're really beautiful at just creating a little bit of height, creating a little bit of interest. So I'm gonna pop that back over here because I love how the arrangement looks. Oh, it just looks so beautiful on the kitchen table, and I can't tell you how incredible they smell. I was having my cup of tea this morning and just being hit with the most beautiful fresh bloom scent is honestly incredible. It's my favorite thing about peonies. Look at the layers in that. In case you're wondering what these are called, actually, these are dinner plate peonies, the ones that I have in my garden, the plant that I got. I can't remember the name of the first peony plant that I ever bought, but this year's was a dinner plate, and I absolutely love them. So I'm hoping that they're just going to open up beautifully. I did actually try Josie's trick with them, which is to give them a little bit of a knock on the head before you arrange them when you first get them, when they first arrive, because they can be a little bit tight, like they can be quite tightly wound and almost have like a sticky consistency on them, which I've actually looked into, and apparently it's because they normally get eaten by ants. I don't know why. I think ants must help with the pollination of peonies or something, but they basically have this sticky residue which ants absolutely adore because it's very sweet and it's very sickly, and they come and they essentially like eat the residue, and then it helps the plant to open up. So once they've been cut for flowers and for bouquets, they don't necessarily have, you know, the ant being able to nibble away. So just giving them a little bit of a knock to kind of wake them up a little bit, and if they don't open, to actually give them a wash. So I've tried that technique and it definitely seems to be working. They are opening up beautifully, so I can't wait until they are in full bloom over the next couple of days. Honestly, my birthday flowers, nothing makes me happier. So it's a little bit later now, and I have just spent the last half an hour or so just running around the house making it guest worthy, because I think I mentioned the other day, birthday celebrations are not over yet, despite the fact that we have taken down the birthday banners. We have said goodbye to the balloons, because you do get to a point at the grand old age of 27 where you're like, you know what, the birthday celebrations need to end somewhere. And I feel like I've been celebrating my birthday since Saturday. It is now Thursday afternoon. So that is a good amount of time to celebrate a birthday, even though seeing our friends tonight is kind of an elongation of that. It was time to say to the birthday decoration. So they have gone away, but I've just been getting the house a little bit more guest ready. It's something that actually, I don't know who said it, but I read it once in a hosting book, and I have lived by that for the rest of my life. And it says that your house should always be 10 minutes away from being guest ready, from being guest like appropriate. And by that, it just means you need to fluff up a few pillows. Fluff, that's such a tongue twister. Fluff up a few pillows. Goodness me. You can tell I'm tired from all of the socialization that I've been doing recently, but you just need to fluff up a few pillows. You need to change over a few wreaths. I'm pointing, you can't even see it behind all of the birthday cards I've got behind me. Just swap over the wreaths. Like I always like to refresh my reed diffusers, maybe light a couple of candles, open some windows, just get it guest perfection. And it should always be 10-15 minutes away from that. One thing that I do love doing as well is topping up my soaps, and I thought I would show you a couple more birthday presents. I know I said I wouldn't do a proper sit down, but I do find it really helpful actually watching back these videos, because I always get asked by people what I actually want for my birthday, and I'm really annoying. I never have an answer because I want for nothing. Like I don't need anything, and it's just so lovely to celebrate with people. But I feel so lucky to have the friends and the family and the people in my life who love me enough to go out of their way, buy me presents and show their love through gift giving. And I do love doing that. Speaking of love languages, I definitely think gift giving is one of mine for like showing people that I love them. I love buying gifts for them that are really thoughtful, that like really show how well I know them. And I always find presents do not have to be expensive. They don't have to cost the earth to show somebody that you love them. So one thing that I'm very excited to put out is a lovely gift from Lady C, from my mum and dad, is this Aesop hand soap. And I have to say, This is the best smelling hand soap in the entire world and feels so bougie to be able to put out for your guests to use. So I'm going to put this in the guest bathroom downstairs for everybody to be able to use. It's the Resurrection Aromatic Hand Wash. And let me tell you a little trick that I have discovered, because I am not going to lie, nobody, including myself, has the funds to be able to buy the £35 bottle every single time. And I have heard that M&S do a dupe for this. I think it's called the Restore hand wash, and apparently it smells identical. So a little hack then, when you run out of this, don't replace the bottle, just top it up with the M&S alternative. I love that. So that was a lovely gift. And she also very, very kindly got me some lights for the garden, which I am really, really excited to put out. She actually has them in her own garden, and I love how they look. If you want to create that really like bougie, like plumbed in, not plumbed in, like what would you call it when you put in the electrics, like electricaled in kind of strip-like vibe in your borders, these are the lights. I'll leave them linked down below. I think she got them on Amazon. So they're solar powered, you don't have to worry about them, you don't have to think about the electrical cost, and they just light up your flower border so beautifully. So I'm very, very excited to add these into the garden. Honestly, it's so lovely to get gardening bits because I'm just itching. I'm itching to get back out. I feel like this weekend could not come quick enough so that I can get my gardening bits out. I can do a little bit of maintenance, get my present from Alex out. I can't wait to show you that. Actually, I'm so sorry that you have to wait to see that, but I also honestly love these other two presents because I feel like they just sum me up. And if you guys know me, you will know there is one animal that I absolutely adore, and I feel like not a birthday nor a Christmas can go by without me collecting some memorabilia with this animal on it, and that is a Highland Coo. How cute is this mug? This is a beautiful bone china mug, which I love drinking my tea out of, and I'm not gonna lie, I literally just had to quickly hand wash this to show you because I did have my morning cup of tea with my new little teapot and my bone china Highland Coo mug. I am so in love with it, and I love having a really eclectic mug collection. Is that a really weird thing to like? Please tell me I'm not the only one. When I go to somebody's house and they literally have like an entire collection of the same mugs, I don't know how they do it because I like having different sizes, I like having different styles, different shapes, depending on what I'm feeling each day. Sometimes I love like a really big cup of tea. Sometimes I just want something really itty bitty that I can just neck. Sometimes I want something that I can sip and enjoy. Honestly, I absolutely adore this. And this is not the only Highland Coo memorabilia. I cannot wait to style this out. I cannot wait to pop this on the shelves. I'm feeling like it needs to go on this shelf because, again, you can't see behind the cards. There is a little Highland cow sitting on those shelves, but on this one, there is not. But I now have a new addition. How adorable is he? My little Highland Coo. I feel like you can get these from a lot of actually the shops around the New Forest. All of the like independent shops that we have around here often stock this kind of a product, and I absolutely adore him. So we're going to need to come up with a new name. I can't actually remember the name that we called this one. I feel like a lot of you guys said Hamish, but we do have a lot of Hamishes because we have a lot of Highland Coos in our house. I feel like she's a girl. She's just so pretty. Like, look at her. Maybe Harriet, the Highland Coo? Comment some name suggestions down below because I love her and I think she needs to go straight out on the shelf. So I just wanted to show you those bits because they're very much the kind of birthday presents that I absolutely adore. Like whenever I want to like show you what I got for my birthday and show you the bits that I've been so kindly treated to, often they're not like the bougie birthday hauls that you see here on YouTube, but they are the personal presents that I absolutely adore, that I feel like show how well people know me. And I love that as I'm talking, I'm just like throwing around a Highland Coo as I'm talking to you, but I love her so much. She's just the sweetest thing in the world. And I honestly just feel so spoiled with all these lovely, personal, like really thoughtful gifts. What do we think of Harriet the Highland Coo? I think I like that name, but if anyone has a better suggestion, please comment down below. I love how she looks on the shelves. I've been really loving styling these shelves up really slowly and just adding bits here and there that feel very me, that just feel very special. Obviously my inherited beautiful doll from my granny. We've got a couple of terracotta pots and then some lovely photo frames so that I can see some like memories that we've had from holidays and weddings. I absolutely adore the new edition. I think she looks so cute. I have T-minus 1 hour until our friends are coming over for dinner tonight, which I'm so looking forward to. We're not doing anything fancy. I'm not even going to change my outfit. I've just got a little H&M cardigan on and a pair of H&M trousers. I absolutely adore these cigarette style trousers, which I feel like is a very like hosting outfit, chic, comfortable, perfect for like a midweek dinner. I think Alex is going to be doing burritos tonight for dinner, which is one of his signature dishes. Burritos, fajitas and spaghetti bolognese are those boys' signature dishes. He is such a good cook. They are always my absolute favorites, and I'm in charge of tablescapes, which I'm always very good at, and I'm so excited to show you my new placemats that I'm going to be designing the tablescape around another gorgeous birthday gift, which I could not be more in love with. I feel like you really do start to see your age when placemats, solar powered lights and mugs are the presents that you get excited about for your birthday. But these are the most beautiful William Morris placemats. We've got the coasters, and then we've also got like the full placemat. And I have to say, when it comes to tablescaping and when it comes to having people around, these are my favorite kind of placemats to have. I've got a few different styles. I've got like jute around ones. I've got a few different kind of like fabric ones, but I have to say that these are the best because I find them the easiest to eat off of. The plates don't get like rocky like they do on the jute ones. I don't find them like really thick or heavy, and obviously they're wiped down, so I don't have to wash them like I do with fabric placemats. So they are just the best, and they are so beautiful. I have no idea where they would have got these from. This was from my brother and his girlfriend. I guarantee it was his girlfriend that sourced them, but they were so beautifully wrapped. She actually ended up doing a matching William Morris wrapping paper. I included it in my little carousel for my birthday roundup, and I absolutely adore this print. I believe this is the Strawberry Fields print, which funnily enough, I have in a cushion. I absolutely adore the Strawberry Fields. This is from M&S, and I don't know if you can see it very well because it's more just kind of embroidered in rather than actually being like a print in the cushion, but I absolutely adore the colouring of these. The most beautiful like olivey, earthy, grassy green with these really gorgeous like pale pinks and reds running through, and the strawberries as well, which, speaking of, let me take you outside because honestly I cannot believe my eyes. Look at my strawberry plant. I honestly am so excited to see an almost ripe strawberry that I can almost pick. This plant has been doing so well in the hanging basket. Sorry, it's a little bit windy. I hope you can hear me. Our neighbour has some wind chimes, and they are just so beautiful when the wind is blowing through. But look at this strawberry, almost ready to pick. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more strawberries that are hopefully going to come through this summer. Honestly, it's going to be such an exciting day when I can pick and eat this strawberry. I remember last year my strawberry plant maybe only did 3 or 4. I think they might have gotten eaten by pigeons, which is a little bit sad. So hopefully this one is going to survive, and I'm going to keep a close eye on him. But I just had to show you that as we were talking about strawberries, because I know you guys are going to be as excited as I am because we're kindred spirits, and I can't wait to pick my first strawberry from my strawberry plant in my garden. Honestly, the longer this vlog goes on for, the more I feel like instead of being a birthday vlog, it's just a can you tell she's getting older video, because my hobbies, my interests, the things I get excited about, strawberries growing in my garden. But I need to get on with this tablescape. I've not got a huge amount of time until our guests arrive. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, to be perfectly honest. I just like doing a little bit of a tablescape and making it look pretty for our guests, but literally just 4 people sitting around the table midweek, celebrating my birthday a little bit more, catching up on life. I honestly can't think of anything better. As I've said, nothing too fancy for dinner tonight, just a couple of lovely candles, a couple of little decorations. I've just popped my lavender in the middle, which I cannot tell you how incredible this smells. This is the lavender that I Chelsea chopped, which I've had on the windowsill, and I love how it looks in the middle because I like doing a little bit of foliage. I like having something as a bit of decor, but I never like doing anything too tall because there's nothing I hate more than when you can't see your guests opposite you, when you're chatting, when you're eating. celebrating and you just want to be able to have like lovely conversation. You want it to flow. I think I need to relight this candle that may have just gone out. But I've got a couple of Jo Malone candles, which I absolutely adore, and a couple of pillar candles, which I just want to let burn down a little bit because I always feel like they look better once they've burned down a bit. And then the rest is more just kind of practicality sense. We've got this little apple, which is actually a bottle opener, which I have no idea where that's from. I think that was a gift a very, very long time ago. Salt and pepper, just so that you guys don't have to ask. And then I think I'm going to do a mocktail. I've put wine glasses out for now, but I don't think anyone's going to be drinking tonight after quite a heavy night last night. And then the thing with living in the countryside, living in the New Forest, is there's always got to be a designated driver. So I think I might whip together a little mocktail that I can pop in there, and then I'll also put a water jug out on the table. But I just love how the new placemats look. I mean, how beautiful are they? I just feel like they're going to go with so much with the color scheme of them, and it just looks so lovely and put together. Just nice and simple, nothing too complicated, but a lovely little tablescape ready for our guests to arrive. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I can barely keep my eyes open right now. It is not even that late. I think it's about 9:30. Our guests have just left. I got my makeup off, I've got into my PJs, and I might just be snuggling down into bed when I suddenly realised I hadn't actually finished the vlog. So I literally have just got up, gone and found you to grab the camera and end off, because the last time I spoke to you I was literally just setting up the tablescape for dinner. I always put the camera away whenever I have guests over, especially if they're like not YouTube people, like they don't live their lives online. I don't want anyone to ever come to my house and not feel like comfortable. I don't want them to ever assume that they're going to get a camera shoved in their face and like not be able to just enjoy their dinner. So camera went away, hosting mode was turned on, and honestly the burritos were incredible. I'm stuffed, absolutely stuffed. I picked up just some like brownies from the local bakery and some ice cream for pudding as well, because I didn't really have the time to make anything with it being a work day. I've been working all day up until this point and I just didn't really have the energy, to be perfectly honest. So I just picked up some brownies and they went down a treat. So very, very happy with that. And what a birthday celebration it has been. Almost a week's worth of celebrating, starting on the Saturday, ending on the Thursday. I feel like I've done well for my 27th, but it has just been such a lovely evening, such an incredible birthday. I honestly feel like such a lucky, spoiled, blessed girl right now, and I cannot wait to see what 27 has in store for me, what this year is going to bring. 26 was a very, very incredible year, so I'm really excited to see what 27 is going to have for me for the years. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the birthday vlog, seeing what I got, what I wore, what we did. It has been honestly such an incredible birthday, one of my favorites to date, I have to say. It's been pretty low-key but spread out massively, and just made me feel like such a lucky girl. I couldn't be more grateful. So I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I'm gonna get myself to bed at the late old stage of 9:30 at night. This is what 27 does to you, but I love it. I couldn't think of anything better. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.